Have you ever heard a story so wild, so full of passion, power, and betrayal, you'd think it was a blockbuster movie? Well, get ready, because today we're diving into one of the most epic tales ever told. The story of Samson. This isn't just an old story. It's a saga about a man with supernatural strength, a fatal weakness, and a final act of redemption that has echoed through millennia. It all begins with a miracle. An angel appears to a barren woman in ancient Israel and tells her she will bear a son. But this won't be just any child. He is to be a Nazirite from birth, consecrated to God. This means he must never drink wine, never touch a dead body, and, most importantly, never cut his hair. This boy's name is Samson, and his life is destined to be extraordinary. From a young age, it's clear Samson is different. The Spirit of the Lord rushes upon him, granting him impossible strength. As a young man, he encounters a lion on the road. With his bare hands, he tears it apart as if it were a young goat. Can you imagine that power? This isn't just muscle, it's a divine gift, a sign that he is meant to be a champion for his people, the Israelites, against their oppressors, the Philistines. But Samson's strength is matched by a dangerous weakness. His heart. He is drawn to women who are not his own people, a choice that constantly leads him into trouble. His first love is a Philistine woman from Tim. On his way to arrange the marriage, he finds that bees have made a honeycomb inside the carcass of the lion he killed. This inspires him to pose a riddle to his Philistine wedding guests. Out of the eater, something to eat. Out of the strong, something sweet. He bets 30 sets of fine linen and clothes that they can't solve it in 7 days. The Philistines, unable to figure it out, resort to threats. They go to Samson's new wife and tell her, "Coax your husband into explaining the riddle for us, or we will burn you and your father's household to the ground." Terrified, she weeps and pleads with Samson day after day until, worn down, he finally tells her the answer. She immediately tells her kin. On the 7th day, they come to Samson with the answer. What is sweeter than honey? What is stronger than a lion? Samson knows he's been betrayed. Furious, the Spirit of the Lord comes upon him again. He goes down to a Philistine city, strikes down 30 men, takes their belongings to pay his bet, and storms back to his father's house, his marriage in ruins. His actions ignite a cycle of brutal revenge between him and the Philistines. He burns their fields and olive groves by tying torches to the tails of 300 foxes. In return, the Philistines burn his former wife and her father. Enraged, Samson slaughters many of them. The Philistines then gather a massive army to capture him. The men of Judah, fearing for their own safety, agree to hand Samson over. They bind him with new ropes, but as he's brought to the enemy, the Spirit of the Lord comes upon him. The ropes melt off his hands like charred flax. He grabs the fresh jawbone of a donkey and, with this crude weapon, he strikes down 1,000 Philistine soldiers. For 20 years, Samson judges Israel, a one-man army keeping the Philistines at bay. His legend grows, but his fatal flaw, his desire for forbidden love, remains. And this is where the story takes its most famous and tragic turn. He falls in love with a woman from the valley of Sorek. Her name is Delilah. The lords of the Philistines see their chance. They go to Delilah and offer her a 4,700 shekels of silver from each of them. Their price: discover the secret of Samson's incredible strength so they can finally overpower him. Delilah agrees. The ultimate honey trap is set. 3 times. She tries to pry the secret from him. "Tell me," she coos, "the secret of your great strength and how you can be tied up and subdued." Each time, Samson lies to her. "If you tie me with 7 fresh bowstrings that have not been dried," he says. She does, and cries, "Samson, the Philistines are upon you." He snaps the bowstrings as if they were thread. He then tells her to try new ropes. The same thing happens. Then he tells her to weave the 7 braids of his hair into the fabric on a loom. She does, and he pulls up the loom right out of the ground. He's toying with her, but Delilah is persistent. The Bible says she pressed him daily with her words and urged him, so that his soul was vexed to death. Finally, exhausted and heartbroken, Samson gives in. He tells her everything. "A razor has never come upon my head, for I have been a Nazirite to God from my mother's womb. If I am sovereign, then my strength will leave me, and I shall become weak and be like any other man." He has given away the sacred vow, the source of his divine power. While Samson sleeps on her lap, Delilah calls in a man to shave off the 7 braids of his hair. Then, she cries out one last time, "Samson, the Philistines are upon you." He wakes up and thinks, "I will go out as at other times and shake myself free." But he did not know that the Lord had left him. This time, there is no burst of divine power. The ropes hold. His strength is gone. The Philistines seize him, gouge out his eyes, and take him down to Gaza. They bind him with bronze shackles and set him to grinding grain in the prison. A mighty champion of Israel, now a blind, powerless slave, an object of public humiliation. But the story isn't over. In his darkness and despair, Samson's hair begins to grow back. The Philistines, gloating in their victory, decide to hold a great festival to celebrate their god, Dagon, who they believe delivered Samson into their hands. They bring the blind Samson out into the temple to entertain the crowds. Thousands of men and women are there, on the roof and inside, mocking the fallen hero. Samson asks the servant, leading him, to let him feel the pillars that support the temple so he can lean against them. He stands between the two central pillars, one hand on each, and then he prays his final prayer. It's not a prayer for escape, but for one last act of vengeance and purpose. Sovereign Lord, he cries out, remember me, please, God. Strengthen me just once more, and let me with one blow get revenge on the Philistines for my 2 eyes. With a final, earth-shattering roar, Samson pushes with all his might. Let me die with the Philistines. The massive pillars give way. The temple roof comes crashing down, killing everyone inside, including Samson himself. The Bible notes that in his death, he killed more Philistines than he had during his entire life. Samson's story is a raw, powerful tragedy. It's a cautionary tale about squandered potential and the consequences of betraying our deepest callings. He was given a divine gift, but his human desires led him to ruin. Yet, in his final moments, in an act of self-sacrifice, he finds a sliver of redemption. He fulfills his destiny as the judge who would begin to deliver Israel from the hands of the Philistines. It's a story that reminds us that even in our greatest failures, there can be a path back to purpose. It shows us the immense power of faith and the devastating cost of losing it. Samson's life serves as a timeless, gripping reminder that our greatest strengths and our greatest weaknesses are often intertwined. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey through one of history's most dramatic stories. If you found this as fascinating as I do, please hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into epic tales. Let me know in the comments what you think is the most powerful lesson from Samson's life. Until next time, stay curious.